All right, great. Hello traders, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Yaroslav Burchenko, and I will be your guide today into using the rebound strategy. The triple rebound strategy, as the name implies, is a way of finding a reversal. Now, this does require careful observation on your part. It will require more than a few minutes of sitting and waiting for the trade to come through, because as you'll see, there's two different events that you need to wait in order to get a buy or sell signal. So without further ado, let me know if you guys can hear me and see me and that the image quality is good, and then we will proceed. So to put this on really quick, on your graph, you click on the technical analysis button in the lower hand side, go to trading strategies, and this is one of our expert status trading strategies. So you guys get a first-hand look at one of the more expensive, one of the more advanced, and one of the more reliable strategies that we have available on the platform. So all I did there was click enable strategy, and it got rid of all of my technical analysis that I previously had on any of the assets, and we put in these three RSI indicators onto the graph. Now, the RSI indicators, they have their own special format, so they have their own values that are included in the strategy when either you unlock it by achieving expert status or by buying it from the store. You guys know that you can buy them from the market, right? Like there's a few strategies which I myself have not bought in yet and not gotten into. And you can see the things that you have bought on your account. Like there's different themes that you can have, different colors. I like the pitch black when it came out a little while ago. So here are all my strategies, all my purchase strategies. But like I said, you can find specifically this strategy, the triple rebound, if you find that you really enjoy it and that it brings you money, right? That's what we're here to do, is to make money. Hey, Mustafa Nouri, welcome. Good to see you again as well. Haven't seen you in a long time, but then again, there's also other webinars or other events that I was participating in. So hey, good evening, Ravi Adirala and BKK Gaming. All right, so the three moving average, or excuse me, the three RSIs that we have over here. The top one, here you can see the amounts right here. We have a 7, 14, and 7. I am going to color them differently so that I know which one is which. Like the 7 will be pink for me. The 14 RSI will be, let's leave it at purple. And then the 21 RSI, this is a different indicator. It kind of shows us a different thing of when we're supposed to open up the trade and when we're supposed to pay attention. So in the in the gist of things, you really need to pay attention to two things. Like, remember, I told you about them. I'm going to go ahead and draw those out for you. So if we look at our indicators right over here, we're looking only for two things. Number one, we're waiting for the green line to approach a level, either the oversold or overbought level. This is very similar to a strategy that I personally use. I use the CCI indicator, which is about in the middle between these two graphs, between this one right here and this one right here, the quicker 21 and the 14. And it shows me when price went really far, stretched out its daily limit, the average true range. Once we hit somewhere around the ATR, that's usually when we visually on the graph see a reversal. And so we're looking for the indicator of 21, the green RSI, to approach one of these levels. So if we look historically at the euro dollar right here, if we look at where the indicator line got close to being oversold or overbought, we had these two indicators actually cross over. They actually did the cross. So we're looking at this area right here. In fact, the entire area. So this is where price broke out. And this is what the indicator behaved like. So if you can see right here, we had a breakout to the top side. And then once we have this confirmation right here, that's the sell signal. All right, that is the sell signal. And we need to have both the 7 RSI, which is the pink one, and the purple line, the 14 RSI also show us that we have broken out and come back in. This is actually an indicator of a weeks long and 2 weeks long worth of strength. If you see the 7 RSI, that's a week. It's not a week worth of trading. It includes Saturday and Sunday, but time-wise, it's a week, it's 7 days. We have the 14 RSI is a complement to that. It's 2 weeks of trading. It's the strength and the buildup of 2 weeks of trading. And when you're trading stocks, keep in mind that the indicator is a little bit skewed because you don't have trading over the weekend like you have with OTC currencies. So the indicator line gave us a sell signal right here, or in between these 2 days, or excuse me, in between these 2 minutes. This is a minute graph. And then the second that we come back in, the pink line drops below being oversold, and that is our second sell signal. Remember, we're looking for it to get overstretched and then come back in, and we're looking to buy that fade. That come back in is an underlying principle of how the markets function. This is the reason why trend trading and reversal trading are two of the main go-to money makers. And so this is a reversal strategy. We open to, in case we're talking about fixed time trades right here. We want the duration to be from maybe 2 minutes to 5 minutes, somewhere in between, because we are using the minute graph. So maybe 3 to 5 minutes is the optimal go time for your trade. So let's go ahead and look for some trades together. If there's any kind of position that you guys are in, now is the time to ask. And if you are looking to open a trade in a particular financial instrument, you could also go ahead and ask that right now. I'm going to be going through my list of assets, through the more expensive ones first. And we're looking for the green line to approach and for these to be already broken out. So this may be something that we would like to add. Altcoins have been exceptionally volatile, and throughout the trading day today, there were more than, I can count more than, or almost 10 entry points if you're trading from the start of the European session. So really a good asset that you guys can use this instrument on. If you can see the way that it moves in a channel, there's some really specific levels that it adheres to, and you can use this kind of rebound strategy to navigate a market like this. So we have horizontal lines here and here, and so these would be really good levels to buy and sell from. So we had the correction come back low over here. The technical I'll go ahead and take this, put on maybe 30 bucks worth, but we were technically supposed to wait for this RSI to grow as well. But I set the parameters ahead of time. I kind of can judge by the way the market moves. On the minute graph, this is what a correction looks like, where we came to the top. Now, usually the biggest move comes towards the end. When we see something like this usually is a big sign of a reversal. And it doesn't matter if you're using the daily graph or the minute graph, those same, the market principles of that. We reach a level, there's a power struggle going on, and then bulls take over. Well, over here we can see that, bulls have taken over, and it's going to take something, really substantial, I guess, to move this market in the other direction. So let's go ahead and keep looking down our list of assets. I believe that trading the altcoin index in general using this strategy is a good idea. So we're hanging around the middle on most of these assets. Here we did touch the level. So this would be how this this strategy shows itself when we have something like a short-term consolidation. It's hard to navigate it. You can see that we have a series of lower highs and lower lows. So when you see that there's a series of them, it's exceptionally visible on the 7-period RSI. You want to wait until we're actually below the line. This is, again, why it's important to follow the rules. This is a rules-based trading strategy, and the rule says that we wait not until we reach the 70 line, but until we break actually below it and actually start that movement. That's what you want to catch. And remember, you're trading FTT. This strategy works for Forex as well, and I'll give you some tips and tricks in a little bit. But when you're trading FTT, you need to be right 1 pip. 1 micro pip to win the amount of money that you placed on the trade. So anything you can do to skew the odds in your favor, whether it's taking shorter trades, right? There's no law that says you can't take 1 minute trades. It's just that those 5 minutes that maybe you add into this trade instead of trading for, say, 1 minute, that money that you add into the trade, or excuse me, that time, that will give you more of opportunity to make a mistake. And as you can see, there's these big kind of unexpected turns of events. So if you would have, say, again, you wouldn't have opened right here. You were supposed to open, even if you opened somewhere around here. So again, that would have offered you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still in the round of 5 minutes, big enough margin, especially if you opened up somewhere higher around this candle. Wide enough margin that you'll still be correct. And it looks like our trade went in our favor. And that again was just a quick market analysis. So this strategy does take a little bit more of your time, but it has that extra layer of, I don't want to say guarantee, that would be the incorrect term, but another layer of assuredness that your trade is going to go in the right direction. So let me see, you guys aren't really active. Hey, Tinker, welcome. Good to see you, sir. You guys aren't really active in chat, so we're going to go ahead and continue looking at trades that are more valuable to me. I'll look to open 1 or 2 more trades, and then I'll show you what to do on the Forex side, because Forex has its own. So this is something that we could be looking for, but this looks news driven. I'm pretty sure this is has something to do either with the price of oil. As you guys know, there's a little bit of an armed conflict on the border of Russia, or it's not armed, but Russia did accept certain regions of the Ukraine as independent. And that's going to, so our trade finished in positive territory. We got 570 experience points. I'm just looking to see what we have in terms of the Aussie CAD. And do you guys see how we have a reversal pattern coming out of this? This is actually really good. It's really good that the bottom was down here. But, oh, this is a great example of when this trade would have not made you money. Look at this. Technically, you were supposed to open up the trade somewhere around here, maybe even somewhere around there. You're supposed to open up upwards, and this is a prime example of when this trade would not have made you money. So you have to pay attention again to the market structure. If looking at this kind of breakout to the bottom here looks sizable, looks massive, but it would have been hard to not take it. Actually, this was the first signal that we're supposed to take. Yeah. So let me go have a look with one eye at the economic calendar. So Australia, Canada. Yeah, so there's an armed conflict on the border of Russia, and that is going to bring about more sanctions, which could hurt and probably will hurt the U.S. stock market as well. So if you're looking for some optimism, you really need to look more towards commodities and more towards the price of oil and cryptocurrency. If there's going to be a war, cryptocurrency will definitely rise. That's definitely an investment that you should be sitting on, monitoring, and watching for. Okay, there we go. Found Canada. So let's see. Today nothing. Unbelievable, guys. Today nothing. So yeah, this kind of move, it should end sometime. Canada is a major oil exporter, so that price definitely will be. So gold, let's see if we have anything. No, we're right around the middle. Commodities, Asia, euro dollar. I was looking at the euro dollar today. There were some good entry points. Nothing that went along with this. So you see it takes an extreme move. This is why this strategy is in the expert section, is because the consistency of this strategy goes above and beyond of what you're usually used to. And again, the previous time when it would have been incorrect, you could have used better judgment, and to see the trend was just a massive trend. It was going to go through any level of overbought or oversold. So right here is a prime example of where this trade would have been phenomenal. Look at this, outsized. What's the right term for this? No, it's definitely not parabolic. But you see how the strength and intensity increased and kind of ran itself out. That's what we saw in this area, and the indicator gave a signal Remember, we have to wait for the blue indicator line to cross, and it crossed just barely, just giving us that inclination that here, this was too far. If previously here, this area and this area, they were not far, but they were signals that were changing direction, this signal was that, hey, we went too far. And that's what we saw as a really good trade signal. Right now, we have nothing of the sort. So in order to save you time, you guys did see me open a trade and get some good ideas. I'm going to go over to the Ooh. I missed this by a bunch of time. This would have been another excellent example. See, this strategy is very powerful because it needs that just little inclination. Even this little inclination, let's... right here. Do you guys see how that kind of exited a little? Man, that would have actually been a tough call. But we did leave right around here and came back in, so it would have lost you money in this example as well. So keep an eye. Right now would have been a bad time to open, but here's a different picture. We have the Aussie dollar. Could be that bottom again. Look, guys, look how very pessimistic. The Aussie's looking. Well, the dollar is growing in strength for sure. So I'll leave this open and let's go ahead and transfer over to the Forex section. And when you're using Forex, the same kind of laws, the same kind of rules apply. I wanted to give some suggestions for your trailing stop loss, or if you're setting up an order, what your stop loss and take profit would be. My recommendation is to keep the stop loss at 100. It's for a lot of, and here you want to turn on percent. This is percentage of the trade. The minimum on certain assets that you can get is 50. Right? On currency, it's minus 100, so you can use your entire trade amount as your stop loss leverage. That's what I call it. The higher your stop loss is of the general move, the better. I'll explain why. There were 2 studies that were conducted, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago by Goldman Sachs, and they read that a stop loss of at least 25% of the entire value of the asset is the golden ratio. Usually, if you open up the direction in the correct way, there's usually no way that the asset will do one of these and knock off your stop loss really quickly, right? If it's 25% change, that is massive, that is game changing, and you need to be out of the asset. But if you're looking to decrease how often your stop loss is initiated, if you're certain of your technical analysis and fundamentals and you believe it'll go in that direction, 25% of the asset is the golden ratio. You're not going to get that much when trading on the Olymp Trade platform because of the multiplier. The X500 multiplier, or any one of these multipliers, even an X50 multiplier, will not allow you to live through that kind of shock. And also, oh come on, this was hanging around the whole time around our area. And that's the danger of opening up in a very strong downtrend. I'm really glad that actually this trade came through on the live stream, because you guys get to see what it looks like when there's such a strong trend that it might just roll right over the strategy. And that's what we're seeing right here. So back to Forex, you want to have your stop loss at around 50, no less. So at least 50% of your trade amount will be attributed to the stop loss, and you want your take profit to be at around 150. So you want the asset to grow half of, at least 1.5 times of what you put into it. And that's usually a good risk to reward ratio, and that's good money management that'll keep you in the game for a long time. Allow you to pick up skills, it'll allow you to learn new strategies, and it'll allow you to increase your deposit amount. So it looks like the trade is going to come through in our favor. I don't want to, none of the keeping your fingers crossed or praying, because the markets are going to go whichever way they're going to go, and that's usually bad form. It's really bad mental form to pray and hope and do all these kind of estimations. But I'll leave this open just so that you guys can enjoy the emotional high with me of, you know, being correct. So with the Forex, like once again, I said you want to open up the position, and with Forex, you'll usually be sitting in the trade for some time. And I want to see if I can go ahead and find something. This is the 1 minute graph, and I'll take any questions now. If you guys have any kind of question about what we're doing, I'll gladly answer. So here we go. Triple rebound strategy. Perfect. So we have sell gold, buy platinum. Actually, I just saw that. Meeting Putin and Biden is unnecessary. Yeah. It's important for sure. It's important, but there's so many things going on behind the curtain, if you know what I mean. So much geopolitical strategy being implemented. That's what it is. And that's a little bit beyond of my pay grade, I want to say. I'm aware of what it's going to do to the markets. Am I aware of how it's going to play out? It's going to be bad, you know, for the Russian people. The working class is going to suffer this time, and we suffered last time. So anyways, let's see if I can find an entry on Forex so you guys can see really quick how we... Oh, perfect. Look at this, guys. We got it up. Bitcoin up for sure. I'm definitely thinking that it's going to... so that'll look like minus 50. Take profit, 150. So that's going to be huge for our trade. I kept the multiplier out. That's the maximum that we have. But basically, that's what it looks like. Let me just grow this up a little bit. So this is what our Forex stop loss and take profit looks like. In my opinion, on a supposed rebound, this is a really good strategy. This strategy should, in theory, be very, very profitable on Forex. And if you, the good thing about using this strategy on the Forex platform is if you're wrong and we have some sort of action, this, the way you can see this difference between money value and current prices is that discount, that time that is allotted to you to make, actually it's a double-edged sword. You can incorrectly close the position too soon, but usually it'll give you an idea to understand whether, if it's a reversal, it'll happen. It'll show signs of reversing right now, and you can wait for it to grow. But if it's not and it's a continuation, that will also show, right? It'll go flat a little bit, and then you can actually pull up your stop loss to, say, an area. It's stuck right here because I have it hard pressed, but you can actually move your stop loss up to something like this. So if I get rid of the stop loss like so, got rid of the stop loss, put it myself. Perfect. So there you go. You can actually click and drag up to the level that is comfortable for you. So putting it down right there, that's actually minus 25%. So I put another 25% in my pocket for additional R on the next trades. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for your questions. I see there's one last question from Kevin Tech. What is the best trade duration using this strategy? So if you're trading on the 1 minute chart, if you're trading on the 1 minute chart, it's 2 to 5 minutes. If I'm trading on the, oh my goodness, the 4-hour chart, which I have open right now, I'll keep it open until we can get, you know, somewhere above 100% for my trade amount. So I'm waiting for it to show me what it's going to do around this level. I'll even draw you guys a little box right here. So I'm looking to see what's going to happen around this level. So when price grows around this level, is it going to enter back into that channel and stay above there? Or is it going to hit this level right here, maybe even lower? Is it going to hit this level and reverse, right? And so if it reverses, we're going to go in the other direction. And I'll be out of the trade, but in profit. And you can put on this, the stop loss, excuse me, not stop loss, it's called the... trailing profit right here. You can put on the trailing profit and it'll stay at the amount it is right now, and as it moves up, this stop loss will move up as well. So Sure, let's keep it at 36%. Perfect, that's it. You guys, I hope this strategy brings you a lot of money. It looks very promising. Out of most of the strategies that I covered, this one looks the best. I'll tell you guys that straight up. And so consider using it. Guys, give it a full 100 trades. Trade out 100 trades on demo, see how it works, see when it doesn't work, and then come back to me. I'd love to read in guys' chat if it worked for you, if there were positive results. I don't think anybody's ever done that, right? There have been people that have said, thank you, your strategy works, what you taught me works, but nobody really comes back and says, you know, wow, that was a really good strategy. And so I'd love to call on you. If you can get the strategy to make you money, come back and let us know. I think that'll be good for the community in general. All right, so should I consider FTSE 100, CAC 40 DAX as an index of Great Britain pound and euro to know if they're struggling, if they're moving up, because we don't have a basic euro or pound in the platform, if they exist? You have the euro dollar and you have the pound dollar. Those are indications of what's going on in the currency. But you're absolutely right, Mustafa, that the US economy is changing itself. So it's like the dollar is going one way and we have to figure out where the pound and the euro are doing in that relation. Also, we have those indices that you mentioned, the FTSE, the CAC, the DAX. They're all available to trade on the platform, and I think they are correlated. So when I trade the US markets, I look at what the US dollar is doing. I'm telling you guys, there's such a strong correlation. The US dollar goes up. I know that today I'm looking for the US markets to go down. And that's actually, you know, what we've been seeing. So do you think that support and resistance matters on lower time frames? Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially on the 1 minute. I drew several basic, just stupidly basic patterns for you on the graph. But they made money, right? If you were to trade around those levels, keep in mind they're not just lines, right? This is an area. This is a small area, and when price goes into that area, you should be glued to the screen and you know, looking for potential trade entries. That's the job. I've been using it. Actually works best with 3 minutes. Hey, nice, thank you. 3 minutes is the best. It's short and sweet enough that you capture the move, yet it's long enough to let the move happen. Right, there you go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your attention today. I want to remind you that we do have social media that you can, you know, come to learn more. We have a Facebook group, we have a YouTube page, Olymp Trade Global, and there's our Instagram, which is available for you to peruse. And then the YouTube page, if you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up in case you learned something. I do appreciate all of your feedback as well, so make sure to leave a comment if there's anything you want to know or anything you want to watch in the future. Other than that, thank you so much for coming today. Congratulations to me. The trades were really good. And yeah, I'd love to see you guys next time. See you all next week. Take care. Peace.